Camera shake number 2. Signature look.
Okay, well, Madison Beer dropped her, I don't know what album this is. Is it her third?
I think it's her 3rd.
Silence Before, what is it called?
Silence Between Songs.
Silence Between Songs.
Yeah.
Mid-September. It actually bangs. It actually bangs.
Not surprising.
Yeah, not surprising to her. Not that I was surprised, because I always liked her singles and her music videos. I always thought were super cute. But I never listened to her music, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
I listened to, I was kind of the same, but, it's funny because for me, the album that got me into her was Life Support, which was, 2020. And I was, telling her about it because I was like, why the hell is Madison Beer so slept on? This album is phenomenal.
Yeah. And I feel like it's funny because I've known Madison Beer's name and face for so many years at this point, but it's I just never...
You're never, pushed her.
It.
You're never, I feel like no one, talks about her enough to make me, want to go seek her out
Or when
randomly.
she does go viral, it's for...
other things.
Other things than her music, which is actually a shame, because I feel like even from the performances we watched of her, which I love this in someone, she looks like she loves performing. She looks like she has a lot of creative input in her
I was about to say, they look creative, even though you can tell that, maybe she doesn't have the highest budget, but she's, working, she's doing the most with what she can. So she's, working with what she can.
Right. So then we were just deeping it, and we were trying to figure out, what is it about Madison Beer?
What?
Because she's been famous for so long that people just aren't picking up on her music.
Yeah, what is it about her that's different from other pop stars? Because I'm I know it's not the talent. I know it's not, oh, she's way less talented than other people who are big.
We were talking about this, too. If you listen to her other performances, older, old to new, you can tell that she's gotten better. Very good, too.
And I personally like that. We kind of talked about this in a previous video where people were talking about a lot traits that they like in an artist, and one of them that they were saying was noticeable improvement over time.
Yeah.
I love that because it's you've clearly been practicing, and it's obviously you're doing something that you like, and therefore you're trying to get better at it.
Yeah, to me it's just a commitment to your craft.
Yeah.
Which I feel a lot of people, in my opinion, one of the things is that people don't take Madison serious as a performer.
Yeah.
Which is we'll talk about why, but the fact that she's shown continuous improvement, and I think there's not a single pop star right now that's doing it like her. So I think she is original and creative. I know people don't think she is, but I'm who's making, I'm sorry, but who's making that pretty girl pop music right now? Ariana kind of does, but she dips her toe into
other genres.
R&B, other genres with it.
Yeah. So we went on to Reddit, of course, seeking factual, scholarly opinions. Yeah.
And so one of the main things they were talking about was pretty privilege, which, educate yourself about pretty privilege. That's not the topic right now. Do you want to say something?
I was just gonna say, I have this theory. I know it sounds stupid because usually it's the opposite, but I genuinely think the way that she looks, her being as pretty as she looks, affects the way people perceive her. And I think, honestly, this might be totally wrong, but I think, honestly, it might make people less inclined to listen to her music because they think, she's too pretty to, make good music or be a good singer. Therefore, she's auto-tuning, or therefore, whatever. But in reality, she's pretty and can sing.
I think it's
deal
two
with that.
major factors. One is pretty privilege working against her, which is that. And then I think she was so young. She was 13 when she signed her first thing, a contract. So I don't blame her in any way, but I think she also unintentionally aligned herself with the wrong people.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start with the pretty privileged stuff, just because that's, the main thing. I think obviously when you first see someone, because a lot of people say so I'll just read one of the comments that was on the post, on the Reddit post, and it said, I think Madison just lacks individuality, a little more of spice in her music and her stage persona, which artists around her age group such as Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, and Ice Spice have.
Oh my god.
And then someone responds and says, it's not about her looks. She tries too hard to be perfect, and that makes her boring. Which, it is about her looks. If you're saying she's trying to be perfect, what about her is trying to be perfect besides her looks?
Yeah. Like, and I also hate the fact that they're, like, anybody who has actually listened to Madison's discography knows that she has an original sound. Like, she is not, like, unoriginal, or like, she has a unique voice and a unique sound. So for them to say, oh, she doesn't have that spice that Olivia Rodrigo and Billie Eilish and Ice Spice, which is kind of random, have, like, I think that's completely false. She has her own sound.
Yeah.
And if you listen to her discography, you would know that.
Her music is actually so good. Like, I'm just thinking about her album, and I was like, oh my god, like, there's not a lot of skips on it. And even the skips, they're not skips. It's just because I'm not in the mood to listen to, like, a slow, sad song.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, so when I was reading this comment, my first reaction was like, oh, that Olivia Rodrigo thing feeds into my second point, which is that Olivia Rodrigo kind of aligned herself with, you know, like, the Taylor Swift side of music and of the music industry, you know, like the Selena Gomez, like that side where it's very, they just have a good reputation towards female audiences, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, Taylor, I feel like, is known for, like, didn't she do an all-female tour, and she, like, took Camila Cabello on?
She had her girl group.
Yeah, she
had.
When she supports people, she, like, fully supports them, like, truly, whereas I feel like...
And we're also not going to talk about what happened with her and Olivia Rodrigo, supposedly, but the illusion was that she supported Olivia because Olivia was such a big fan of her. Sorry, go.
Yeah. No, it's fine. But, like, yeah, I feel like Madison didn't get that full support when she was first entering, and not that it's too late now, but it's almost like, I feel like now nobody's willing to give it to her because she's not, like, new and fresh and, like...
I mean, once you have a reputation, so I think with Madison, she aligned herself with the Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande side of the music industry, which, you know, it's not like they owe her anything to support her, but, you know, like, Scooter Braun, who's, like, famously, to me, anti-woman, basically, after the whole Taylor's thing. But even Madison was saying how, I think it was with her scandal, her nudes leaked or something like that. Yeah. Something happened. And she basically said she was completely abandoned by her team. Yeah,
she said she had all these, like, things set up to help her get started.
She had managers, she had stylists, everything, and they just basically all vanished one day.
Yeah, threw her away. And, which... not even gonna get into the fucking sexism and, like, she was a kid, like, bro. But, like, aside from that, it's like, after they threw her away, it's like, how is she going to fully do her best and make her best music when she doesn't have the right resources for it?
Right.
And then people turn around and say, no, it's her fault, she's not individual.
Yeah, no. Which, you know, maybe when she first came out, like, she did kind of have that Ariana Grande style, but again, she was so freaking young.
She was so young, and God forbid you get inspiration from
I know, right?
your favorite people. Like, I don't know why people crucified her for that shit.
Yeah.
And even with the Ariana, like, I was supposed to be in the video, and they were like, oh, you fucking liar, like, da-da. It's like, one, why would you lie about that?
Yeah.
Two, 100% they're just saying that because they think she's, like a wannabe, like, Ariana.
Okay, so here's another comment on that Reddit post that says, it's not that she's too pretty, it's that she is very blandly pretty. I've seen her picture a lot, but I always immediately forget what she looks like. She could walk by me on the street and I would know a thing. Hater.
Number one, first thing, hater. Second thing, you fucking liar. You fucking liar. You wouldn't double take if someone looking like Madison Beer walked by you. Yeah, you fucking wish.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're like, nah, she's mid. I hate people
that's what people... well, I don't even know if they know they're doing it. Sorry to cut you off.
Okay.
But that's how I think how when Margot Robbie got casted as Barbie and people were like, she's not pretty enough. Margot Robbie... Like,
are you out of your fucking mind?
It's actually insane when someone's so pretty that they then become ugly. Or they become mediocre.
Mid.
Yeah.
Like, I have so much to say about the Madison thing because, first of all, it literally, if you look at her now versus her as a kid, she literally looks the exact same, aside from maybe some lip filler, like, God forbid, lip filler, which literally everyone fucking gets. Yeah. She looks the exact same. So it's like, it's not her fault that the typical bland IG face is her face. Like, she naturally has big eyes, a tiny nose, and like good bone structure. How the hell is that her fault?
Yeah, she's a pretty girl. Like, that definitely.
And then they're gonna call her bland. Like,
don't get me wrong. I do think her attractiveness like gave her a leg up in the industry, which is why she probably got signed so young.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all this, all that. But I think the fact, again, it's her commitment that she has to continuous improvement that makes her, to me, like, I really hope this girl gets all the
her to get bigger
recognition
than
that she deserves.
Yeah.
And that she wants. Because she deserves it, in my opinion.
I 100%, literally every time I listen to her or watch a performance from her, I'm like, why isn't she bigger? Like, genuinely, if anyone has a real concrete answer for why she's not bigger, freaking let us know, because I'm like, there's a multitude of factors I'm like, maybe, but I'm like, genuinely, why? Like, I don't get it.
One
She's
big question
so
mark.
good. It's literally like,
Okay, I have something to go off that too. So there, just one last comment on this Reddit post that says, I don't really know much about Madison, but her album Life Support was recommended to me on Spotify and I actually really like it. I didn't know she could sing, so the album was a surprise and I thought the production was nice.
yeah, duh. No, but like, for real, like, if other people, like, genuinely, if you haven't listened, if you somehow stumbled upon this video without having listened to Madison Beer's music, please go listen to it. I promise you, you will be pleasantly surprised. Like,
Yeah.
it's high quality music.
Mind you,
that's what it is.
If you are a little Taylor stan or whatever, you could listen to King of Everything, because she basically dog Scooter the entire it's the song about him and how he's basically the king of nothing now. But the other thing that I was going to say was the fact that people judge her, but it's also like, so, people think that she can't sing. They think this, they think that. But it's like, she's bland as a person. And every time I've seen interviews of her, I'm pleasantly shocked at how
She's funny.
she's funny and she's actually a sweet girl.
I hate, that she's not.
There's nothing unlikable about her, to be quite honest.
Literally. This is why I'm saying she's too pretty. It makes people mad.
She's too pretty, and she got involved, in my opinion, with the wrong team too early on.
Yeah.
Like, even in terms of, like, the famous people that she was associated with, even if, you know...
Yeah,
again,
and I feel like she also had that weird thing with, like, one of the Jack and Jacks. Like, she dated him, and then I'm pretty sure he, like, abused her. I don't know the full details. Please don't come for my throat. I'm pretty sure he, like, abused her or something.
Yeah.
And then, like, the fucking Megcon
his fangirls.
Yeah, probably, like, I don't know if this was really, but, like, what I'm assuming is that they ate her ass up for being, like, his girlfriend, basically.
And
for
also
being his pretty girlfriend.
And probably also accusing him afterwards of whatever happened. It would just turn... Again, I genuinely think female fans, when you have a female fan base...
We're passing the same...
Yeah, we're sharing the same drink. We're sisters. I don't know if anyone cares.
It's fine.
But,
I'll share with anyone.
Gutsy. I won't share with anyone. I need to know them and trust them. I think the fact that when you have a strong female fan base, it kind of... They, to me, female fans are more loyal, and they also give you the chance to grow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I don't think Madison was the best singer when she came out the gate. Again,
No, of
she
course.
was young.
She was a kid.
But I think stylistically now, like, she's got that, like, sweet, sexy look to her. And her voice is good.
Yeah.
And her performance is, like, no one's... Funny enough, the only person I would compare her to is Olivia Rodrigo. And it's like, what's the difference between the two of them?
Yeah, if
Granted,
anything,
Olivia Rodrigo was on Disney, but I'm in terms of their music careers.
yeah.
They give the same performance, kind of the same looks.
Yeah, it's not like one is... Like, that's why I'm just so confused. I'm like, how come Olivia popped off and Madison didn't? So it's just like I feel frustrated for her. Like, I feel frustrated for Madison because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I would even compare Madison Beer to who else is that, or to, I can't speak because I'm so emotional for my girl. Like, I will ride or die for Madison Beer after this album and hearing her interviews and, like, the stuff she's gone through in the industry.
Like, when you get to know her, you're like, oh.
It just makes me feel for someone. Like, again, I love when someone actually cares about their music and their craft. So to see someone like that not
be
thrive.
like she's not, what's it called? She's not seeing the fruits of her work.
Yeah.
Really, as much as I feel like she be.
So if you were to say, oh, Olivia Rodrigo's music is different, true. Oh, her voice is different, true. I would kind of also compare Madison Beer to Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
I think they have similar voices, probably a little similar, music and like the style of their voice, but it's like Sabrina Carpenter's performing at the VMAs, Sabrina Carpenter's opening for Taylor Swift in the Eras tour. Like, again, Sabrina aligned herself with a certain side of the music industry.
Yeah.
I think Madison, like, I don't know what it is. To me, she's such a top tier girl, but she aligns herself with people beneath her.
Yeah, which...
This whole Scooter thing is different because that was such a power play and such a sexist thing. Like, that obviously happened. People acting like we all haven't seen Justin Bieber's Tool, and yet Madison's... her private nudes get leaked, and that's, like, whatever. I don't even want to go down that.
Yeah.
But even, like, the people she dates, like, we were talking, and then I was even remembering, like, she was in a lot of David Dobrik videos. It's like,
and now, well, like, at the time, David Dobrik was poppin', and he wasn't as fucking cringe loser as he is now, so, like, I'll give it that. Like, none of these situations where she ends up with the wrong people is ever her fault, but then it's, like, in hindsight, looking past it, it's like, damn, like,
I just think she always ends up in a room full of the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because even if David Dobrik was popular at the time, even if Jack and Jack were popular at the time, it's like, girl, you were on a label with Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. Again, your age and your experience obviously later on tells you, like, oh, I didn't need to go down that route. But
yeah,
I'm just like, ugh, the music is good and the performances
praying
are
on her
good.
come up.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like, I'm praying on her come. I tell everyone, I'm like, no, y'all sleeping on Madison Beer. You don't understand. Anyone who likes Ariana Grande, even Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, I promise you, if you give my girl Madison a chance, you will fucking like her music. Like, I promise you.
I've never watched a music video, and even if I thought it was plain... Okay, so first of all, every artist has plain music videos.
Yeah, but don't, like, nitpick her 1-2 videos that you aren't stylistically
But the other ones,
best.
even, like, they're pretty decent quality. I will say, like, she does have that thing where in her music videos she's always very posy.
Which is what people are saying, where she's like, oh, trying too hard to be pretty.
Right, but, like...
But
I don't know, I think that's kind of cunty.
1, cunty. 2, why does she get slaughtered? I just don't understand. She gets
Ariana
slaughtered
does
for
the same thing.
Ariana does the same thing. To be honest, Taylor does the same thing. Like, she looks cute. Girls, God forbid a girl wants to look fucking cute in her video.
I think it's the type of pretty that Madison is, which is the IG pretty.
Which is perfectly proportioned pretty.
Yeah. And, like, also, let's not act like Ariana and Taylor Swift didn't come up way back. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, Madison kind of came up with the rise of the IG model and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I could see how she doesn't stand out. But I just don't get when people excuse the fact, like, if these people that were commenting said, I listened to her music, the production's not that good, her voice isn't that good.
That would be valid.
Fine. But to turn around and say, it's because she's bland. It's because she doesn't have enough personality like Ice Spice.
Girl.
If you've never watched an interview, never listened to her music, how do you know that? Like, seriously, how do you know
And
that?
I know that you haven't watched an interview or listened to her music, because if you did, like, you would know that that's not true. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This isn't my opinion. This is the objective truth.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong. Like, I'm not saying Madison Beer is the perfect girl, but I'm just saying, to me, the music industry lately, to me, has been, like, the same couple of people on rotation. And especially when they don't drop music, it feels like there's
dry.
A gaping hole. Yes.
It's dry as fuck.
And pop music, you know, there's, like, a ton of artists, obviously, independent, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, no, like, give my girl Madison a chance.
She fills that hole, especially with this album. Like,
yeah, like, I really do like Sabrina Carpenter too. I do like the Olivia Rodrigo's, like,
album.
Yeah.
And I think Olivia Rodrigo's talented.
Renee Rapp's album is great, but I'm like, I just want more new pop stars.
Yes.
To have a chance to thrive, essentially.
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Go listen to Silence Between Songs if you haven't, number 1. And if, again, you aren't aware of how good Madison is, I want you to listen to that album and come back to this video and comment on how it was.
Yeah. Because I think
I'll be very surprised
will...
if someone comments and they're like, it was garbage. I'll blocked. Delete.
Yeah, I think people will eat their words if they ever actually listen to her songs.
Yeah, give her a
full
chance.
Through.
Yeah.
You know, I think even her snippets that go viral on TikTok. This is my biggest pet peeve with TikTok songs is you go listen to the full song and it's trash. It's fucking garbage. Hers isn't like that. Like, I will sit through the whole song and I'm like, that was good. I get why someone picked that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. My final thoughts is Madison Beer's that girl, and I don't know if she'll get bigger than she already is now, but I hope so. Or even if she doesn't get bigger, I just hope she gets the credit that she deserves, and I hope she doesn't get dismissed as being some, like, pretty girl that's just famous because she's pretty, because she's not.
Yeah.
In 2023,
she's choking on her words. She's like,
in 2023, Madison Beer, I think, has, like, proved her efforts.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's that girl. She is that girl.
Yeah.
Aside from Madison being underappreciated, I'm going to say that Tori Kelly's music is also severely slept on, and she's also underappreciated.
Her EP has been on replay. Like, it is so freaking good. I didn't listen to her gospel album, but yeah, we're gonna make videos on these people too, just, you know, verbal diaries for whatever. I also think Tinashe is underappreciated.
You know what? I can kind of see that as well, because she has super famous songs, but not like a big fan base.
Yeah, and her, I think hers is an EP too, on repeat. I'm not gonna lie, the whole time we've been talking, it's been playing in my head. Please go listen to Tori Kelly's and Tinashe's EPs and Madison's.
Do it all. Listen to it all. If there's anyone else that you guys think is, like, underappreciated as well, I kind of want to know. Because I'm kind of all about that life. I love, especially now that we're in a pop drought, like, I love discovering people and being like, this is good.
You know what it is? It's discovering, it's not discovering people, it's the fact that these people have such famous names, but their music's not that famous anymore.
Yeah.
It's like they might have had 1 or 2 songs that were popular.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh yeah, Tori Kelly, I know her.
I know
No
Paper
One.
Hearts, yeah.
Yeah, Paper Hearts. Oh yeah, Tinashe, I know Tuon. But what happened after that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, if it's someone that maybe they're new and that's why they're underappreciated, drop them. But also just someone maybe that's been in the game for so long, but they're just been undercover for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So drop them, and then we'll listen to we'll see. We'll listen to their music and check out stuff.